Good afternoon. Welcome back to A Country Boy Can Cook. Today, a simple little treat. I went and picked up some Mexican food the other day at Rosa's Cafe. They always send way too many tortillas. They were wrapped up in here. And of course, by the time I pulled them out, this was about 6 days ago, they were like rock hard chips. I took and let me turn this down here so you can see everything. I took and put a damp paper towel, put it in the microwave, not wet, just damp, and they're pliable again, as you can see. Let me get this out of the way. We're going to make some cinnamon crisp. So what I'm going to do is take these tortillas and I'm going to cut them in half and then cut them in quarters. Let me switch knives here. Thing's so hard for me to hold up here. That's a little better. You can tell they're dry, but they're good. They're going to end up drying out anyway when I bake them. But they're more pliable than they were before I put them in the microwave for sure. Just a way to use your leftover tortilla. You can do this with whole wheat or regular flour tortillas. And I believe you could probably do it with corn tortillas. I've just never tried that. Matter of fact, this is the first time I've tried this. I hate wasting food, and it costs too much to work and too much time and energy to make the money to buy food. And so let's see, use this right here. I'm going to take these, I'm going to brush them on all four sides, or on all four of them, brush them with butter. Let's see here, get two more up here and we'll be done. I've got some melted butter. Thank goodness for the microwave. And I brush them on all sides. You want something to be able to adhere the cinnamon and sugar to make these crisp out of. And it doesn't take a lot of butter. I think there was 1 tablespoon in here. Ooh. Let's see here. Now over to the other side. Making sure I get butter on both sides. I believe I may have had these at a restaurant one time. I can't remember, and I sure didn't know how they fixed them, but I think this is going to turn out really good. And yes, my hands are clean. And besides that, I'm fixing them for myself, so. It's the perfect amount of butter. 3 more left. I'm going to bake these in my air fryer. All right. Get my hands a little bit cleaner. Get this butter off of them. I've taken 2 teaspoons of just whole white sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Dump those together. Shake them around. Make sure it's all together. I guess you could add more sugar or more cinnamon to your mix. It's up to you. I say I don't have a recipe for this, but I have an idea on how to cook it. So it's all mixed together. And I'm gonna put my cinnamon chips in here, I guess you might call it. God, it smells great. Nothing like the smell of good cinnamon. And I guess you could put these in a Ziploc bag and sprinkle cinnamon and sugar on them. But what the heck? I had this little throwaway boat and it's working great. Yeah, it's gonna be perfect. Wasn't sure if I had the right amount of sugar to do this, but looks like it's all good. All right, I'm gonna let that soak in just for a second. A little bit more on this one. I've got a little bit left. I don't want to waste it. All right, one more. All right, let me get my hands cleaned off. I'll be right back. Okay. It gives that time for that butter to kind of cool down and glue that cinnamon sugar to these chips. All right. I'll turn my air fryer on. You can see that or not. Now I'm going to put it on, gosh, I don't know. I'm going to put it on air fry. I'm going to set the time at about 10 minutes. Set the heat at 375. And it'll take a minute to heat up. I just do believe this is going to be so good. And I have my air fry basket in here. Pull this out before it gets too hot. Place these chips on here, or tortillas, or whatever you want to call them. See. Yeah, I didn't know if all of them would fit, but yeah, it's going to fit just right. All right. Perfect timing. That little noise was the air fryer, meaning it was heated up and it started to cook. And I'll be right back with you. Clean my mess up here. Have any of you ever made this? Have you ever had this before? You see, it seems like I had maybe at a Mexican food restaurant for dessert one time. Or maybe it was sopapillas, I can't remember. But in my mind, it sounds really good. and we got about 10 minutes to find out. So I'll bring you back here in a few more minutes and I'll check and see where things are going at that point. Right back with you. Welcome back. Let's see what these boys look like. I know y'all probably see my old pot holders. I don't know when my mother got them, but she kept on to them and washed them, and were good for her for many years, so I still use them. Let me turn this off for a second. Turn this on so it doesn't set my alarm off. I do believe they're ready. Put that face down in there so you can. I believe once I get them out of here, and let them cool. They're pretty toasty right now, but I think once I let them cool on this plate, they're going to get crispy. I don't want to cook them too long. I didn't want them to burn. This back in and get it out of my way before I burn myself. Alright. Let's see. You can see these. Let's see how crispy they are. Oh yeah. I think once they cool down, they're going to be super crispy. A great snack, and why not use something instead of throwing it away? When I found these in the fridge this morning, decided to use them. They were rock hard. They actually felt like they had been toasted already. They dry out so quick, and then that paper that they were sent in, it definitely does not hold moisture in. But to put moisture back in corn tortillas or flour tortillas, just take a paper towel and wet it really good and then squeeze out all the moisture that you can so it's not dripping. Stack up your tortillas, whether it be corn or flour, wrap it around it, put it in a Ziploc bag, and don't zip the bag all the way. Just leave it a little opening because there's going to be steam in it. Cook it for about 1 minute. Once it's out, zip the bag up and let it sit there. They get pretty pliable at that point. Oh yeah. You can hear the crispiness here. And let me get my camera down here. Get you a closer shot. What they look like. And speaking of memories, let's see if I can do this. I always cook with memories. The top of my kitchen is lined with items like my dad's lunch kit, Folgers coffee from my grandparents, as I used to call them, motorboats, the whole whipping that you can whip potatoes and stuff with and cream. A scoop that we scooped and fed our cattle with all these years. Milk ladles to get the milk out of the chiller where I worked as a kid is on the dairy. Some of my grandmothers, both sides of their utensils. So that's all I have today. I hope you all have a good day. Hope it's cool where you're at. Be sure to take and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like my videos. I hope you find them helpful, and give me a thumbs up if you like them, and leave me a comment. Have you ever had chips like this? And if so, where did you have them at? Leave me a comment, let me know how far. There was a lady emailed me or text message, she messaged me on my YouTube channel. You can tell I ain't no professional at this. She sent me a message, said she was from Seminole. I think maybe Seminole, Alabama. And then I got one from Arizona. So kind of all over the place. So thank you very much for being a part of our video history, and we'll see you on the next video.